Alright, welcome back to Bianca's Tarot. I have a special video today. So, on my poll, on my post page, I was seeing, what's gonna be the next couple, celebrity, tarot reading. And first of all, I do have to see if the energy is right. I don't just read for anybody. I do feel like the energy is right to read for these two. And this actually won over the one I recently did. So this one was definitely due. But Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Now, my opinion with these two, I'm 23, so that's more of like a 90s thing that happened. Like, these two were not really, I don't really know much about what happened between them. But I do know of of course, of Angelina coming in and stuff like that, but I feel bad for Jennifer. I don't know. She's kind of been like a meme, with the situation. I feel bad. It just seems like Brad just left her for Angelina. That's all I've known growing up. I don't really know the details of the story, but Jennifer comes off very girl next door, sweet, and Angelina has that kind of baddie girl aesthetic, I guess. And karma worked out, and Brad and Angelina didn't work out anyway. So that's just my opinion. I don't know these people, of course. I don't know the real story, but from the outside looking in, it just seems like that was a storyline. And I just felt bad because it did feel, from what I used to kind of see here and there, it did feel like Jennifer really loved Brad, and they looked actually really good together. So that's just my opinion before I start this. Again, I don't read with a bias, so whatever comes out is going to come out. But yeah, I'm not super fans of these people or anything. So it's going to be interesting reading for them. And I know Brad is a Sagittarius. I don't know Jennifer's sign, but she feels like a sweet woman to me. So let's just see. So I know these two are not together. I think I saw a video of them. I don't know if it was fake. It looked real, of them talking again after all these years, which was kind of cool. But let's just see what the energy is like between them, Jennifer and Brad, as of right now. How do they feel towards each other? Yeah. But I do feel bad. And I think there's a Nicki Minaj song that she said something like that, I'm Angelina, you're Jennifer, or something. So I do feel bad that Jen is kind of the butt of jokes as for the other woman, the boring woman. I think it's kind of mean, to be honest. She seems really sweet. So, all right. Four of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Judgment. I feel like they're friends. I don't actually think there's any ill will toward each other. With the Four of Pentacles and Three of Cups, I feel like there's a feeling of friendliness a little bit, and has been through the years. The Hierophant and the Seven of Wands. It feels like it's either him or her that is more friendly or more open to being friends than the other one. I don't think they're super close, but I feel like they've been cordial since. And with Judgment and the Tower, that is interesting. It could be Brad's energy here that is reflecting on some not so great decisions. I feel like this was a spiritual awakening for someone. Maybe for both of them, but I feel like somebody now is reflecting. I'll go a little bit deeper, and when I go to their perspectives on how they look at it. At the base, I have the Ace of Wands. I definitely feel like they were cordial or have been cordial since, but it feels like someone is more, wants more of a friendship than the other one. Could be him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's him. That's always how it happens. Sometimes the heartbreaker is the one later on who kind of turns around. But we'll see. Let's see. So let's get into how Brad sees her now, and how he looks at that relationship, and what the things that happen between them. Okay. So, Brad, how does he look at her? How does Brad view her? How does Brad view? Oh my god, they are speeding. Slow down. Sorry for that noise. The Virgo in me just like won't leave. Sorry. Okay. So how does Brad look back on that relationship? Did he really love her? Blah, blah, like all that jazz. And how does he feel towards her now? Ooh, 5 of Swords. Okay. Queen of Cups. 4 of Cups. Knight of Cups. King of Wands. Ooh, I got all these people in my reading. I have all these people. Okay, so right off the bat, before I pull out any oracle cards, it's starting with the 5 of Swords and the Ace of Cups with how they met. I think they didn't, the attraction wasn't mutual. That this could be like either way. I don't think it was mutual. I do feel like somebody really liked somebody. I also feel like somebody could have potentially been already involved or wasn't looking for love. That wasn't what they weren't looking for it. But eventually those feelings began to change. So I don't feel like initially he was even really looking for love. It felt like actually it's more of his energy I'm feeling that wasn't really that open. Or maybe both of them weren't that open, but then it just happened, you know? The Queen of Cups, 6 of Swords. Jenna, he looks at Jen as a very caring woman. I think this is one of the nicest women he's ever met, especially in the industry. It feels like for him to look at her as a Queen of Cups still is like she was really emotionally there for him. She was a very caring person. She would have made a great mother. Lots of great characteristics with her spirit. And that really made him want to move forward with her. And he really actually saw her as like kind of like a dream come true once upon a time. I wonder what the issue was then, because it's ending with the 4 of Cups and Knight of Wands. I'll ask a little bit deeper in the reading. Wow. I mean, I'm going to ask about Angelina later. Yeah. I think he really did like see her as like this amazing woman for not just a wife, but like mother material. Like a great caring woman. But the 4 of Cups and Knight of Cups, it feels like someone had a lot of mood swings. It could have been him towards her. And I have the Knight of Wands with the Page of Pentacles. I don't feel like he feels like she did anything in the relationship. I'm not seeing the blame game. I'm seeing more of him. It's like more of him, okay, so why did they break up? 7 of Pentacles. Something with money or careers involved, something with their careers. And that kind of was the beginning of the breakdown of the relationship. And I'm hearing moodiness. Somebody had like a lot of mood swings. It feels like maybe both of them are more him. And with the Knight of Wands with the Page of Pentacles is him kind of being on the go or not really being in the relationship, like really there, like maybe scattered about, attention span everywhere. And I'm seeing this as the breakdown, which is someone feeling like they're waiting on someone forever, and there's issues with careers. I have 2 of Swords at the base, so definitely I don't think it's her that did anything though. So let's see how he looks in terms of, so these are like my breakup cards. In the moment, I didn't care. I don't think he really cared for a relationship around the time he met her. It wasn't something he was looking for. I pretend that I don't care. I keep getting cards of like I don't care for his perspective. So he didn't feel like he cared when he met her for a relationship. He pretended he didn't care about her as much as he did. I think he really did at the moment in time. I don't trust you. There was an issue with trust. I think he had trust issues as well. It felt like, it's funny because she's coming up as a really caring woman, but there's somebody who was really moody towards the end of this relationship, and there was issues of trust. It could have been she didn't trust him, or he didn't trust her, but it feels like, I don't feel like it doesn't feel like he didn't trust her. It feels like more he couldn't trust himself and couldn't trust the foundation of the relationship or something. And then I couldn't tell you face to face. It feels like more of his doing, leaving the relationship, than hers, and how he looks at this. I'm not seeing someone leaving him here. It feels like he left on his own, and his attention span went elsewhere. Passion. Try something you never done before. Jennifer could have brought out some passion in him, or there was something he did. There's something that Jennifer exposed, like something refreshing about her that he had never had with anyone else before in that moment of time. Intuition. I think deep down he knew that she was really a catch. Like, I think he really knew that this was like a one of a kind type of woman here. Your soulmate loves and respects you. I feel like he felt like she really loved her, and there was a lot of love there, but there was like impatience, some trust issues, and mood swings I'm hearing, or somebody's mood's changing. It feels like it could be him. Maybe it's her as well, but wow, I'm getting a soulmate card. I'm getting there was still kind of a connection even when things ended. I just feel like things got in the way, and his attention span again. It's the Knight of Wands, traveling a lot. You know, he's Brad Pitt. He's one of the A-list stars, so I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if careers got in the way of this union. I got old. So there was some healing that needed to be done, that he got into this relationship. He needed to heal some childhood wounds before he got into this. That's fairly interesting. I'm going to go more in depth later, but very interesting. And I'm not even really picking up on she left him. It feels like he really did leave her. Like I don't really feel like, I wonder what her cards are going to say, because it feels like somebody was just left waiting. And I don't like the Knight of Wands, because I feel like that could be him kind of, you know, not really focused or putting much effort in the relationship, although there is a connection there. How unfortunate. So now let's get her perspective. I'm actually really interested in seeing her perspective here. All right. Okay. So let's see. So for her, perspective, so for Jennifer's, how does she feel towards him? The relationship, how does she look back on it? And the breakup. Two of Pentacles. The Tower. Ooh, wow. The Lovers. Aw. Okay, so this is really it's exactly what I thought. Four of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. The Lovers. Judgment. Man, she's looking at this situation as the Tower. Like, I actually really don't feel like she was looking for anything around this time. She was debating about her love life at the time. I think she was so focused with work, she didn't know if she had time for a relationship at the moment, to be honest. She wasn't really thinking that either. So it's similar to Brad's energy. Like, she wasn't really like looking for that at the time. It just happened. Wow, she really thought this was going to be like forever. The Tower, Hierophant. The relationship came unexpectedly. She never thought she would date an actor. I think she's really down to earth. I don't think she would have ever thought she would have dated somebody like so high list. But he kind of came unexpectedly, and you know, she really did have a lot of emotion with the Ten of Cups, and you know, kind of hesitated to get into this relationship because of the celebrity world, the celebrity craze. She really wanted a lot, but I think not soon after they were married, right? Not it wasn't that long, and like she could tell this was gonna not work. Um, they could have gone to like a relationship therapist, or she could have gone to a therapist or somebody really wise in her life about the issues, because I feel like something quickly changed, like something quickly shifted shortly after they had a marriage or were together for a while. And I think she wanted things to get better, but the devil is representing some, I'm hearing cheating. I Let me see. Does she feel like she was cheated on? Let me just confirm that. King of Cups, the World. It's like she didn't know what he was doing half the time. He was never really there at home. He was never there. It's like he was always away. Like I got the Knight of Swords in the World with the King of Cups. Like she felt like he loved her in a sense, but he was never there consistently. Like he was always, she wanted him to make more time. So she never really knew. I don't even know if she had any proof, but she never really felt like he wanted to really make the relationship a priority. There's like he was always away. And she felt kind of alone. Like so it feels like quickly after she didn't like the quickness of his life, the like the way she kind of had to just kind of wait on him. And the devil represents like a lot of anxiety with that, with this feeling, and a lot of I don't feel like she felt at ease with this relationship. There was a lot of anxiety most of the time, a lot of wondering what he was doing most of the time when he was away. Very, very unstable. I just don't feel like she was prepared to like for that reality that like he's not gonna be, you know, this isn't gonna be like a regular relationship. The Lovers, Ace of Wands, Judgment, Seven of Cups. So how was the breakup for her? Set 5. There's an argument. It's funny because like I don't really feel like the feelings faded away for her. The feelings, like the passionate stuff, was still there. I think she even considered just moving and following him wherever he went, in the terms of like, you know, relocating for him. I'm seeing conversations about relocating, but the Judgment and Seven of Cups is here, which is like asking yourself if this is really what you want, and asking herself like, you know, how long am I going to be in limbo here? You know, and I got the Five of Wands, which is like, why did they break up? So they definitely weren't seeing eye to eye. I had the Five of Swords at the base, which is like a lot of communication issues, and it doesn't feel like there was, you know, compromise, but I do feel like she still loved him even when they ended. Yeah, so it just feels like he wasn't really there, you know, like having a partner that's literally always away from you can create some stress, you know. Oh, is this upside down? Okay. You are not part of my plan. So it wasn't part of her plan to settle down around that time. It really wasn't. She was focused on her career like heavily. I fantasize about you. It's like he was so away that like it just didn't feel like they were always together. It felt like he spent months away from her, and she really didn't like that. I've been here before with others. She could have had a lot of other temporary relationships before this, so she was really disappointed how this turned out. I think she could have dated some other celebrities. And it's funny, I feel like almost like to the point where like before she met him, she was like, I'm not doing that again. And then she did it again. She was like, when it ended, she was like, you know, shit, you know, like I knew it but I wanted it to work. At the base, I got, I don't need your approval. Interesting. So yeah, definitely didn't see eye to eye. Definitely wasn't even making an effort, I think, with the Tower and the Devil. She just didn't feel like it was healthy. She felt stressed out most of the time in the relationship, but she did want it to work. So they definitely didn't see eye to eye in terms of what they wanted in a relationship. I wonder what her sign is, because Brad is a Sagittarius, and there's a reason why him and Angelina, like the Gemini Sagittarian energy, like those are the two signs I think that don't really like traditional. They're like more open to things, you know. So I wonder if Jennifer has like more earth in her chart, or like a Cancer moon or something like that. New love. So yeah, she was open to it, but not really looking for it at the time. The feelings happened pretty quickly for him. Patience. She was trying to be patient with him. She really was with this marriage. Soulmate. I got the same card in the same position. I still feel like even when it ended, she felt like that was her soulmate. It's so weird. But they couldn't like work together like long term. So interesting though. It's like even though they broke up, that soulmate connection never really faded for either of them. I don't think they lost feelings for each other. I just feel like they couldn't make it work, like day to day, you know, husband and wife type of thing. Okay, well, it's funny how they both got the soulmate card. It's really funny. I want to ask now about Brad and Angelina. You know, it's obviously dealing with third party mix. I don't know the timeline of everything, but I do know it is really fishy how everything happened. So I'm going to ask about, did Brad cheat directly? I mean, with Angelina, because I know they had the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and then they were together. So, well, maybe that's already common sense. So first let me ask with, how does Jennifer see Angelina? How does she feel towards her? Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords, King of Wands. She doesn't put any blame on her. She's putting blame on the guy here. So she's putting blame on Brad. I feel like she felt like Brad was, oh wow, she's really putting more of the blame on him. I don't think she feels like any resentment anymore, or ever if she did. So how does Brad feel about the Angelina Jen third party thing? How does he feel about this situation looking back now? The Fool. He feels like he wasn't thinking clearly. He kind of wanted definitely something new in his life at the time when he got with Angelina. It's funny because it's like switched. I feel like Angelina was like the cold one in the beginning, and he was the one more like warm and open. Isn't that funny how it works? It's like I feel like he was the one more, he really wanted something new. He wanted to just take a leap of faith and kind of wanted something crazier, or I don't know. The Fool of the Tower is like he just wanted to just, you know, shake things up. And it's funny because she's coming up as like the cult, like a woman that's not like Jen is the Queen of Cups, Angelina's like the Queen of Swords. So she's the more intellectual one. She's the one more like not really that emotionally like available type. But he liked that about her. It's weird. Isn't that funny how it works sometimes? Let's get one card to how it looks like this. Forgiveness, forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. He could have asked for forgiveness since he's apologetic about it in a sense. He is apologetic, so that is good, I guess. Self-awareness, if this is really what happened. Okay, so I'll just compare the two real quick, just out of curiosity. So how does he feel towards, let me get one card for how he feels towards Angelina. Like looking back on things now. Six of Pentacles. Abundance. he thinks they made a lot of money. I think he think it was good for his career on some level. Like, he feels like there was an influence of career and status associated with getting with her. So how does he feel for Jen looking back now? The Hierophant. Ooh. Patience. He feels like she was really patient with him, and he feels like she was more like genuine, if I had to compare, because Six of Pentacles, it feels like there was something more associated with career with him and Angelina. Not that he didn't love her, but with Jen, it feels like there's been more of a consistency with her than Angelina. And he's bringing up money with Angelina, so it feels like financially they did a lot of great things with each other career-wise. But with Jen, it feels like he feels like she was more of a patient person with him than Angelina. So, very different personalities, two different women completely, like night and day in terms of their personalities. I'm not saying one is better than the others, so please don't be like negative in the comments, but I'm just saying that he feels like Jen was more patient with him. But he also feels like him and Angelina did a lot of great things, like with their career together. So he sees like the pros in both of them at the same time. So I guess I'm going to use this deck. So for the future, I don't think these two will get back together. I think, I actually heard Jen is like remarried or something. So, and it's funny, Jen is married and Brad is going through stuff now. So it's funny how karma works like that. But so what's the future like with these two? Will they be friends? Will they get back together? I don't think so, but Death. Two of Swords. You know what? It's been over, and I think it'll stay over between them. Does somebody kind of have hope for some sort of rekindling, maybe? Yes. I don't know who it is. It could be Brad. I'm not sure. But I think it's going to stay dead, though. It's talking more about Brad. I just feel like he's going to just get his life together, his stuff together, and focus on himself. I'm not seeing two people coming together. It feels like Brad is just going to be focusing on himself and his children, stuff like that. Yes, I don't even really feel like I need to pull oracle cards for that. So that is my reading for these two. I don't feel like they're going to get back together, but I don't feel like there's hard feelings. Brad is definitely going to be focusing more on himself. You know, good luck to him. I've heard a lot of stuff about him in the news and the drama with him and Angelina, which is, if you go back in my readings, that was one of my very first readings I ever did on the channel. So, interesting. And, you know, I don't know too much about the story, so might look up some stuff about it later. Good luck. I wish the best to these two, and I hope Jennifer's found her love. You know, I think the narrative of her being the other woman in such a public spotlight must have been really painful for her. So I'm sending love and light to her, and I hope she's healed from that. And, you know, Angelina and Brad, I hope they're doing their best and healing too. So, you know, these are real people at the end of the day, not just celebrities. So anyways, that's my reading for these two. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you're more than welcome to. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.